Bob, I watched your demonstration a few minutes ago and was just fascinated. It just brings back memories because I haven't seen a marionette show since I was a little kid. And there are people out in the hallway that are just so giddy that you're actually in this room. Is it part of the satisfaction that the joy you bring to people? Is it?
Well, I hope so. We've been doing puppets. I've been doing puppets ever since I was 8 years old. That's been a long, long time. And we do shows, and we have a lot of children, families. Everybody comes to see the puppets. It isn't just a children's show type of thing.
Well, your involvement with Disney is just, I'm always fascinated with anybody that got to meet or knew Walt Disney and so forth. But what was the first Disney movie that you saw, I guess?
Well, I had seen the skeleton dance earlier, but it didn't impress me as when I saw the Three Little Pigs. I'd seen Trees and Flowers and all the early silly symphonies, but when I saw the Three Little Pigs, I was sold. I was hooked, hook, line, and sinker, and I could hardly wait to go through the studio. I was about 8 at that point, and I wrote a letter to the studio and wanting to come through, and they wrote back, sorry, we don't let little boys through because we're very busy. The Three Little Pigs and the Big Bad Wolf are running upstairs and down singing songs, and just so I didn't get to go. And I kept wanting to go, and finally I got my chance with Pinocchio. I got to go over because one of the animators in my neighborhood was drawing a lot of the stuff that was going to be in the puppet show, and he brought the drawings to the studio, and then they invited me to come in and work the puppets.
Wow! And then from there, it was just history was made. Because then they actually brought you in to do so the artists could study your puppetry. Is that
Well,
correct?
they did. Well, they kind of did that. Actually, Bob Jones was here. He had made a big puppet like the one over there that we have, a big tall puppet, and those are the ones that Gustav did when they filmed the actors before they did the drawing. They did a whole film, and then they would go and watch film and then draw the pictures. And we did a funny little puppet show. I was helped do the funny little puppet show, and I don't know whether that film even exists today or not, but we did that. And then
everything exists at Disney.
They have the greatest archives of anybody in the world.
It's in a box somewhere. Nobody has
right.
found it yet. That's
It was
the
down
thing.
in the basement for years.
Well, when I was watching you do, I was noticing you were swaying a bit with the music when you were.
Well, you
actually,
kind of move with the puppet
Yeah?
and the music.
Well,
Yeah.
when I was a kid, I had a marionette, and I got so frustrated because I would just tangle the strings. But can you teach me how to just show a simple emotion in a?
Well, yeah, you can do all kinds of things with a puppet, and you can. It's just a matter of working it, and his head comes down. He becomes saying kind of a question, and then these controls were not made from my hands, my big old hands. He can do things where he moves his hand and waves to somebody. He can sit down and have a little time, look at what's going on. And when he sees Jiminy Cricket or whatnot, and then if he gets happy, he can get up and he can dance and do anything.
But are you, besides being a master, what is your title? Master marionette?
Well, a master puppeteer is one of the
Puppeteer.
categories they give us, and when they do a job selection in the government, they say you're a puppeteer or a master puppeteer or something like that.
Well, it is an absolute pleasure to meet you, and
Well,
thank
my
you.
pleasure.
Thank you
too,
so
meeting
much.
you. You take it home, you'll have fun with it.
Oh, I will.
You'll find out what he can do. He does all kinds